for joining us here at Liverpool FC Forever. Here we discuss Liverpool topics, transfers, and latest news. Today we're going to be discussing the pre-match lineup and analysis between Liverpool and AC Milan. This is Liverpool's first Champions League match of the season. This would be a great way for the Reds to pick themselves back up after that terrible defeat they suffered at the hands of Nottingham Forest. The last weekend's game did not go according to plan, so Arne Slot is going to be doing his best to get the best starting lineup out there so that Liverpool can kick off their 2024-2025 Champions League in style. They'll be going to the San Siro, where Liverpool has had success in the recent years, beating AC Milan in several Champions League matches. But if you're a Reds fan, I'm pretty sure you're going to remember the 2005 season when Liverpool, led by Captain Fantastic Steven Gerrard, won the club's Champions League trophy. As of 3 days ago, having suffered the first loss, the team is looking to pick themselves up. Virgil van Dijk has only lost 3 times at Anfield, and that was a wild loss. Suffering that defeat to Nottingham Forest, I think, is going to be one of the biggest motivating factors for these guys getting back at their opponents. So, let's discuss the lineups. If I was a betting man, I would obviously say to you that Arne Slot is going to stick with Alisson Becker in goal. You're going to have your right back, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Obviously, he's a stalwart defender. I don't care what anybody says. I've watched this. We've all watched him grow up from being a boy, 17-year-old, to now being a man and vice captain. Wonderful footballer, no doubt about it. Then we have Ibrahima Konaté. I don't think Jarell Quansah is going to get that shirt in a little bit. Then, obviously, the stalwart champion in defense, Big Verge himself, and Andy Robertson. I think Liverpool's going to obviously be playing in a 4-3-2-1 setup like they have. In the midfield, I see Ryan Gravenberch keeping his stay and McAllister as well. But perhaps maybe coming in will be Endo. I think Endo might get an opportunity to get a start in here just to keep the game balanced. Last game, they didn't look as balanced as I think they wanted to. I think Endo will bring that balance and destroy any Milan attacks that they will be having. Obviously, they have an incredible team as well. I use the word incredible a lot, so get ready to hear that. And write in the comments how many times you hear me use incredible. Again, with Milan being such a good team, we know that they depend more heavily on their wing play from Rafael running in behind and making crosses into the box for their strikers and running midfielders to get involved. Now, in the midfield, if McAllister and Gravenberch keep their spot, I think Endo is going to be the perfect person to, allow them to have that balance. And then maybe later on, a Slot brings in Dominic Szoboszlai. The front three is also going to change. Mohamed Salah is obviously an undeniable starter with 3 goals and 3 assists already in 4 Premier League games. You would be a foolish manager to keep that man on the bench. But I think the recent form of Diego Jota and Luis Diaz, they probably need to be benched for this game. And Darwin Núñez and Cody Gakpo get a start and terrorize the Milan defense that has leaky Emerson Royale back there. We know he is very much a liability if you ever watched him play for the Spurs. Now if we're going to talk about Milan's lineup versus Liverpool, you're obviously going to have Mike Maignan in goal, the French national keeper. He's obviously kept 1 clean sheet against Venezia so far this year, so he's looking to continue his form. I mentioned Emerson Royale. His performance has always been inconsistent. He's always going to be leaky. He's always going to be he is the weakest link. And center back, you're going to have Fikayo Tomori. He got a chance to get a break last week, and he was, I think he should come right back into the lineup. Then we have Strahinja Pavlovic, Milan's newest defender, and he's kind of new into the team. partnering up with Fakayo, but I think, again, with these guys being a professional, don't ever doubt their abilities to show up and perform. Then we have arguably one of the greatest left backs in Europe, too. I'm not going to lie, Theo Hernandez, unbelievable athlete, unbelievable left back. He's always going to be pushing any winger that he goes against, and especially with it being Mohamed Salah, I don't think he's going to back down. Then we have Tijani Reinders. I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly. Please do forgive me. Tijani is very good. We all saw what he did with the Dutch national team recently. Then we have Yusuf Fofana, who used to play for AS Monaco, but now he's a Milan player, and we also know how good he can be coming in from the midfield. On the right wing, we've got Christian Pulisic. We're not going to talk too much about Pulisic, but you already know if you do your research. U.S. national team captain, as they want to call him, Captain America, left his home as a 16-year-old to pursue his dreams at Dortmund, succeeded, went to Chelsea. Now he's at AC Milan. One of the best of his generation for the U.S. national team, without a doubt. Then we have another Chelsea player being Ruben Loftus-Cheek, left England to seek better opportunities in Europe, and I think, you know, when you look at what's happening over at that Chelsea team, you totally understand why. Then, as I mentioned earlier, we have Rafael Leao. If he's on his day, he's good. If he's on his day, he's tall, he's lanky, he's fast, he's strong. If he's on his day, he's going to put in some goals. And then we have the European journeyman himself, Alvaro Morata. This man has played for more clubs than you could imagine, top-tier clubs. If we were to mention how many teams he's played for, you'd be surprised. Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Chelsea, Juventus, and now AC Milan. So top 5 teams everywhere he goes. Every team that this guy has played in is of the highest pedigree in Europe. So that should let you know how good this guy is. And as many chances he wastes up front, he makes sure that he's also very clinical. And we all saw him for the Spain national team help his team lift the trophy. Even though he didn't score the final goal, he was very instrumental in being a very good leader for those younger ones around him. So that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. This is Liverpool FC forever. What I will say is this: 2-1 Liverpool. 2-1 Liverpool at the San Siro. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to write some comments in the comment section. Again, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. The more you share, the more you comment, the faster we grow and the better our community gets. Peace.